The Yanuka Rav. He says, we were speaking yesterday how a person has to make sure to not to fall into the pollution of the nahash, of the snake, which is the desire for chasing money. Not for no reason they call it chase, Chase. Yeah. But this is only the hitzoniut. The primiyut is the inyan nisayon madregat tzadikim. And this is what a person has to know. This is the test to be on the level of the tzadikim. Because the tzaddikim, they overcome this test. How? For them, getting olam haba and doing mitzvot is like making money for them. Their kaif is not to say, I got another deal and I bought another thing. For them, it's I did another mitzvah and I woke up to another nitz and I came to learn another gemara. It's like, for them, it's like the same kaif of making money as this that they made mitzvot. Because they look at olam haba and they look at their service of Hashem, it gives them the same joy preparing for olam haba as opposed to the pollution of the snake, which is the joy that we get from amassing money. How is a person supposed to get to that point? But Rabbi, I don't look at it that way. I have friends who don't look at it that way. I have family members who don't look at it that way. I wish we could enjoy doing mitzvot as if we're making money. But how do we get there? He says, you know why they're able to look at the olam haba like that and look at the making mitzvot, doing mitzvot like that? Is because they have in front of their eyes the Yetziat Mitzrayim, how we left Egypt and how Kadosh Baruch Hu revealed Himself in the world, and they remember all the miracles that Hashem did to their ancestors and that Hashem did to them in their lives, and they have this in front of their eyes all the time. And also the Kinyan Ma'amad Yisrael Bahar Sinai, Shidgalek Vodoit Barach V'Shlemut, they were able to remind themselves every day the same revelation that they had in Har Sinai, the same revelation they had in Mitzrayim. They're able to rekindle that every single day in front of their eyes to remember HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and it's all a test, and they're able to overcome because of this. And therefore, what's the first step for us? So I'm not there, Rabbi. I'm not on that level. So what am I supposed to do? Says the Yanuka Rav, Ki kasher ayu Yisrael b'Mitzrayim lo yichlu letzet. עד שחקק בהם הקדוש ברוך הוא את האמונה הנקרא אות ואות שבת. And he says that the Jewish people in Mitzrayim, they themselves also didn't believe in mitzvah, didn't believe in Hashem necessarily. A lot of them became Egyptians. A lot of them were served avodah zarah. A lot of them didn't want to leave Egypt. How did we get to the people to the level where they wanted to leave when they were supposed to get Geulah? First step had to be that Hashem gave them emunah. How did Hashem give them emunah? Which is the Zohar, Tikkun Zohar says, is Shabbat. Shabbat gave them the emunah, where they're busy with not the money and not the business and not the weekday stuff. They're busy with mitzvot. And one day a week, focused on mitzvot, and focused on enjoying spirituality. And that teaches them, and that gave them the ability to do that. And you're supposed to bring the Shabbat into the whole week. Shabbat is the source of blessing for the whole week. And the mentality of Shabbat is supposed to keep with you and stay with you the entire week. And he says, that the Zohar says in Parashat Mishpatim, he sod etz ahayim. We know the pasuk says, "Etz hayim hin mahazikim ba." It's a tree of life for those who hold on to it. What is the tree of life? Says the Zohar, is Shabbat. It's a source of life, spiritual life, to those who hold on to the Shabbat. They hold on to the Shabbat very strong, and they bring the holiness of the Shabbat to their week. That's those who are clinging to that tree of life. And he says, for a person to leave the darkness of this world and to leave the darkness of the mentality of chasing money, you have to believe that you can leave. You have to believe that you can be such a thing. No, the guy says, no such thing. Oh, the world is money. On three things the world stands, Rabbi. On money, money, and money. Everything's about money today. To say hello costs money. Everything costs money, money, money. Everything's money, Rabbi. So, everything's about money. Don't talk to me. There's no point. That's how a person can think. And he's in denial. And you're like Mamash in denial. In denial and Mitzrayim in denial. He's in denial right now. He's in Mitzrayim right now. How he's thinking. And he has to realize you have to believe that a person can get into a level where I'm chasing mitzvot. I'm chasing Olam Haba. And I'm chasing HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have to believe you can get there. If you believe there's such a concept, you could get out of Mitzrayim. You could get out of this mentality. But if you're in denial, you say, whole world is crooked, that's it, there's no point, there's no light, there's no hope, this world is no hope, then you're never going to get out. But you have to have hope, you have to be a believer, and you have to have emunah. What are the principles of faith of a Jew is what? To believe Mashiach will come. Rabbi, how Mashiach will come? To our world? Let me start telling you what I know about this world. How is Mashiach going to come to this kind of world? So that person is missing a faith. You have to have faith. The guy says, my community, they're all this, they're all that, there's no point, my community is, there's no hope for them, they'll never change, they always will be the same, we'll always be not religious, we'll always be not giving tzedakah, they'll be cheap, they'll be this, they'll be that. There's no point, there's no hope with them. The person has to know part of believing in Mashiach is having hope in Mashiach, having hope in Hashem, and having hope in the Jewish people, and having hope in yourself. A person has to believe his personal Mashiach could come. So a person has to know, says the Yukarav, that a person has to believe that we can get to that level, and that is the beginning of everything. And then from there comes everything. Because when you think about it, every single mitzvah you do, Hashem can block you every single way. Right? Hashem can make it that you didn't have the money to do it. Hashem make it that the person you needed wouldn't answer the phone, he wasn't able to go, the car didn't work that morning. Could it be block you in millions of ways? So why do you get reward for what you do? Because you wanted to. Because you wanted to, and you believed you could. And that's why you get reward for. That's why the halacha is, even when you wanted to do the mitzvah and you couldn't do it, something happened out of your control, you get the reward for the mitzvah. Why? Because you wanted to. The want is the main thing and is everything. And the Simcha Bar Pshitcha says also, he says, the want to want is also a want. He says, Rabbi, I want to be able to say, I want to learn Gemara. Right now, I don't want to learn Gemara. Right now, I'm not on the level. I want to get to that level where I can say, I want to learn Gemara. You should know that's also a want. That's also a seed. That's also the beginning. And a person has to desire. He has to desire, and then he will pray for it. He'll want it. He'll think about it, and Hashem will see that he really wants it. He'll give it to him. But most people, they get stuck and they don't get out. Why? Because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe they can get there. They don't believe they could be in a level, a holier person. They don't believe they could be in me all day chasing Olam Haba. How? I'll never get to that point. That's why you're stuck in the Nile. That's why you're stuck in Mitzrayim. You have to believe that you could. And he says, that's why Hashem had to send Moshe and give them the motivation and give them the ability to believe they could get out. So therefore, a person has to know, you have to always remember, you have to have the want, and then that's going to lead to the result. As Rav Nachman of Breslov said, everything in my life I didn't get, I knew it was one of two reasons. Either I didn't pray enough for it, or I didn't want it enough. And Hashem sometimes blocks things for us, because He wants us to want it more, He wants us to pray for it more. And b'zchut this, we should also to leave Mitzrayim mentality and get to the Etz